Well, hi, this is my first time trying a multi-stream. Let me know if it works in the chat. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm pushing the grey matter, but it's Michelle from Echo Circle, and I'm here in my sanctuary. I've had an amazing day doing a new setup, and feels good to be here. So, my beautiful topic today is it's all about the sacral energy point within the body. It sits underneath your belly button, and I had an epiphany. About this energy center. I had an injury, actually, some sciatica pain, and it was presenting in my lower back, and I was deciding this time to just really lean into that pain and figure out what my body was trying to speak to me. Now, your body is an amazing machine. Your body is intelligent, high-tech, God-driven mechanics, if you allow it to be. And so my body started to speak, but it did take the discipline of lying flat, doing gentle movement, resting, breathing, asking myself what this pain was that was manifesting. This is what I heard. I thought I'd share it with you today because it's profound, and this is how I know I can channel spirit, because I can't make these things up. This is so magnificent, so beautiful. The wisdom in it all just blows my mind. So I'm aware of the sacral center, or the chakra, if you like to call it that, this energy center. It's the area that we co-create from. But the epiphany that I've had is that this is actually the waters that Christ is asking to walk upon in spirit fashion. The walking on the waters that's been presented to us externally needs to happen internally, because this is the energy center that holds emotions, it holds fears. It's our wealth generator. It's our manifesting center. And as this epiphany dropped in, I was working through my ability to create wealth, but my inability to hold it. These subtle energies of self-worth, or not being good enough, or needing others to give me support, when in fact all of the support's available to me from higher realms. Why am I putting my trust in fallible people when the divine wants to just walk within my waters? And so I did a little research, because that's what I love to do. And I'd just like you to just sit with me and say a little prayer for now, and just call spirit in. Mother, Father, Spirit, just speak to us. Take control of our waterways, our water matrix. Our waters hold the vibration within the body, and just flow through us, clearing all of these archaic spells, stealing our wealth. All of these feelings of being disconnected. Our desire to put our trust in tangible people or things over and above the unseen magnificence of spirit. And so I just ask that spirit blow through our energy points now and clear us to hold bigger, better, bolder. I'm excited for us, for we are loved. We are spoiled rotten, actually. It's all wired within us. And it just took for this to hit. In fact, even when I looked up the word epiphany, I was just called to call this live stream an epiphany. But epiphany actually means the manifestation of Christ to the Gentiles. And I here am sitting in my flesh as an unbeliever, having a wobble when I'm not pulling in enough money to pay my bills, or somebody lets me down, or I'm not achieving my dreams as quickly as I'd hoped to. And so I need to activate the light body, or the Christ, or the soul, to walk within the waters of my belly, because this is the energy centers that I co-create from. This is the energy centers that you co-create from. This is the energy center believed to be the second chakra that is thought to govern how you experience sexuality. And we can manifest with this. That's why they do sex magic. It's inversion. The sacredness of the belly, of the temple, of the waters, of the body. This is the area for creative expression. You know the old saying, I can feel it in my belly, I can feel it, the excitement, the butterflies when I meet something or visualize something that excites me. We feel it in the waters of our belly. This is the energy center that holds emotion, energy in motion. This may be your generator, your power center. I was meditating on the sacredness of why a baby is held there. This is a powerful vortex portal for the divine. And men, I'm not leaving you out. You have these energy centers as well. Let's get excited about clearing them. But they become blocked and unbalanced. And this is what I was channeling in, leaning into my own pain. What if it's sexual abuse that blocks us from holding wealth by damaging the nervous system? For years now, I've been doing my pathways sessions and just holding space for people with checklists and things that help them process the pains that they've walked through. And I had read a lot about statistics in Australia anyway, being 1 in 3 that have been sexually abused. But with this sacred work that I've been doing for near on 30 years now, I have to tell you, the stats that are coming to me are way, way higher than this. In fact, the things that I was shown in 2017 when all angelic presences and councils came in to give me snippets of the future, I was shown that humanity was being cut and divided, and that the main issue was child sex abuse and trafficking as energy being stolen. And this just makes me so, so sad. In fact, for 2017, I spent a lot of that year in my bedroom crying, unable to process the depths of the darkness that I have witnessed at the revelation of these divine beings, asking myself, why are they showing me this? I knew things were bad. I didn't quite realize the scale. And I spent the next 3 years trying to wake people up. Any person I met, I would tell them about these downloads, and I received a lot of rejection. The spells run thick. People do not want to hear about the darkness, which really saddens me, because the collective Christ consciousness is coming back in order that we shine a light on it, that we allow the energy center of the sacral, which does to hold anger and rage, to channel that into change. You see, anger isn't a bad energy. The emotion of anger is there to show us, here's my firm line boundary. That is a no-go zone. Here is my season to flip a table in any capacity. And so let this anger fuel us like a jet to fly back to our star realm and envision systematically, prayerfully, what we can do to make change for this. For me, it's been shown to me to build healing houses for the healers. Others I've met, they've been shown to build healing houses for the children. And why would Spirit reveal these things? if a huge upturning wasn't about to happen? Don't you know that the whole banking system runs on energy exchange, and a lot of that is blood and trafficking? And so I started to realize that those of us that should hold wealth need to heal the sacral center first, our co-creational power center, and start to trust the divine, that we are well within our birthright to hold huge amounts of wealth. But first we need some healing. We need some unblocking. We need some balancing. We need particularly to heal from sexual invasion. Have you not noticed that rape is used as a tool of war exactly for this? While they spill the blood of the men, they steal the energy centers of the women. Affecting the DNA, we have generations of it that we're shifting. Generations of it. And so, star seeds, you are the ones that put your hand up to say, pick me to be the change in this season. And so I'm going to ask you to expand your levels of excitement with me, expand your levels of dreaming, expand your levels of consciousness, and have a little bit of fun with this. Because whilst this darkness is difficult to face head on, once we have and we step out of the loop of that spell, we can dream bigger, better. We can systematically change things by activating this co-creational center where the Christ lives within. I believe this is the second coming, where the energy of Christ comes into anybody that says, pick me. It's not exclusive. It is those that desire to operate from love and compassion. But before we get to that, I believe Spirit's leading us to assert firm boundaries and shift the shame, shift the fear, shift the guilt, shift the hurts, energy levels of emotions that are holding us back. Don't you know that water links into wealth? And so it makes sense to me that unless we shift this sacred portal to know that I'm worthy of holding great wealth, the subconscious program kicks in with black magic, spell curses. Because we go back to this wounded inner child, a lot of us that are starseeds have suffered sexual abuse. So how do we heal these emotional blockages? Well, we can use the color orange by meditating on this beautiful orange light. We can use crystals. We can use Hertz healing frequencies. We can send the light in. We can use our hands strategically by placing them in this energy center, by using affirmations, declarations, prayers. But there's no point asking. Command the body to follow the spirit. Step into your authenticity as a starseed, as a true sovereign being. Forgive those that have accessed the womb. Or for men, a lot of you have been harmed in the back passage, which absolutely affects the nervous system, particularly when you're under 7. Hear me on this. And so how can we expect our kundalini to rise if we're still running in fight, flight, freeze? We need to trust this process. Use our creative expression and emotions to gather wealth. God's Spirit is not stingy. This is your birthright. Have you ever met a sovereign one that's bankrupt? Well, maybe now we're starting to see that in the 3D, but not in the heavenlies. The heavenly realms are abundant. We have access. We have the keys, and the key is love. But this aha moment that sexual issues absolutely link in to your inability to hold wealth. I just know this is truth. It just dropped in for the 3 days where I was processing my pain. And so manifestation coaches can teach you affirmations, but if they're not holding the light within, it's all hot air. Something's missing. If you have had the essence of your innocence stolen with sexual abuse, you don't feel safe in your home, is how Spirit said to me. And so, pulling soul back in, Spirit living within your deep recess of your belly, requires a clearing before Spirit can nestle there, because otherwise we are not wanting to engage with these deep emotions that we haven't processed yet. It's painful, right? You may worry about the stigmas or what another person thinks, and yet every time I speak publicly about sexual abuse, there are so many others that say, thank you for speaking your truth. I've suffered this too. Sexual abuse creates disconnection. It creates distrust with others. It creates a web of darkness and deceit. Our self-worth is affected. There is shame. There is blame. All types of imbalances that we've hidden because we couldn't put it into words. We couldn't shift those energies, especially if it happened to us when we were young. Now, the Jesuits say, give me a child between 0 to 7 and I'll show you the man. And so what I've noticed is that a lot of children have been abused before age 7. Because those that know these occultic things know that the energy is as close as you can get to God's state in that innocence of a child, and yet we're flipping tables now. Don't you think it's strange during the awakening, those of us that were speaking out boldly against child trafficking, people would glaze over? They couldn't hear us. It was called conspiracy. Crazy to me how thick the spells are. I don't judge them, but these pleasure centers need to be activated for holding pleasures for the new earth, for the divine to build using the frequency of joy and excitement, not shame, not anger. Channel the anger into, oh, I'm so angry about that. I'm going to bring change. Imagine if some of us could invent a frequency or some kind of system that just stripped the spells out of a pedophile's brain. Because I've never met a single one that's been able to change, not in this 3-dimensional system, but surely that is deep ingraining of, I want to say, hacking to the human body. Because a conscious soul could never hurt a child. And so there's this hacking that's happened. It's hacking that's happened where they're deaf to the warnings from the divine. They're completely cut off, that they become so animalistic that they're only thinking of their fleshly desires. The sacral holds trauma in the body. The trauma is the matrix. Did you know that the word womb is written in the old King James Bible as matrix? Womb means matrix. And so as within, so without. And so healing our wombs, beautiful women, I'm speaking to you, healing our bellies, healing our portals of light for the divine will heal the matrix for the mother. This is what was dropping in. This activation center governs the symptoms of fear or self-negating or being overly sensitive. If any of these words are dropping in, please rest your hands, gather some light, place them in your belly, and just meditate and send love in. Let the love vibration that you send in as a divine starseed cast out all fear that's held within your water matrix. If this center is blocked, we often hold weight around this area, fat being a different density of water, a protective blanket. And that starts first in your energetic body, and then it becomes matter. So feel into that. Do you feel safe within your body? Do you love your body? Or are you listening to the inner critic? Are you heaping up shame that you learned elsewhere? That's not your divine sacred energy. So try this. Journal out your feelings. Sit with the pain. Eat orange foods. The divine has made everything matchy-matchy. I kind of love that, right? So the sacral works with orange energy. Remember, they're light spectrum energies. They are frequencies. And so if we eat lots of orange foods, they calm this energy center. Things like pumpkin, oranges, carrots. What else is orange? Grapefruit. Do creative activities to rebirth your inner child, things that light you up. Make time for those things to activate this co-creational center, this power vortex that's within you. Whatever you dream about, you can achieve because it's already in you. Just keep embodying it. Boost your creative affirmations. I am, I feel, I love, I'm open to, whatever it is that you dream of as this inner child. And try chakra opening meditations. You can find a bunch of them on YouTube. Aren't we so lucky that the divine's allowing technology to work for us now? We don't need to be afraid of it. This is my epiphany. And epiphany also means revelation or realization. I realized that not just my energy was stolen, my sacred sexual energy, my innocence, my wealth was stolen in the process. And I'm cutting cords and tethering it all back to me. I am the pot of gold under the rainbow being my light body. I am the Christ consciousness. I'm gathering all of that into my belly. It feels amazing. I can hear a few of you chatting to me, but I don't know how to work this system yet. But I believe that I will figure it out soon. Oh, Kendrick, I've just seen you there. Hey, Starseed. He says primary mission is to clean and integrate everything. And we could make conductive clothing. That's such a good idea, Kendrick. I think the ancients have already done that. They had copper woven shoes underneath to conduct. Like there's also, and linen. I wear linen on purpose. I wear crystals on purpose. Great idea, Kendrick. And thank you for helping me test this new system. I'm just seeing if I can get it to stream to a couple of different accounts at the same time. The epiphany of your sacred center. And where else would the sacred want to meet with you? Wouldn't it be within the sacred center of the belly? You know, I've always seen this in inversion, in reverse actually. You've heard me speak about Baal and talk about the scripture that says, and they worship their bellies. But I'd never looked at it backwards. We are most definitely having our eyes, all three of them, awaken to this inversion of being in the mirror realm. And so, of course, they worship their bellies because they're worshiping their animalistic desires disconnected from soul. Because sex is sacred, even the word sex is sacred energy exchange. And so, of course, the divine wants that co-creational power so that we can be channels and temple stones to pull these incredible things in to change the atmosphere of Earth. I just had this excitement burst open in me, and as soon as I caught the message, the pain left my body. The sciatica pain, the pain in my lower back, I was totally chogged up, feeling not supported, questioning my self-worth, worrying about my wealth or lack of. But, we are what we embody. And so use affirmations like, I am abundance. I'm worthy of abundance. I'm open to abundance. Why am I so abundant? And when we use the word why, it programs our subconscious mind to go in search for what we've asked for. Become the vibration of what you're looking for. Why am I so lucky to be chosen by Spirit to build healing houses for healers? Why is it one of my soul missions to put a singing bowl in every home and make them affordable for people? Why am I so fortunate that my throat chakra is open, that I get to speak when I never ever thought that I could? And yet Spirit just chooses to flow through me? It's because Christ consciousness is lodged within my belly, walking on the waters, running even. I realized that all the stories projected externally must happen internally in order for you to be activated, elevated, lifted up. And so let this be my prayer today, that this discussion changes something in you. Beautiful star seeds, souls disconnected because you didn't feel at home within your body. See the word Om in the middle of home? Allow your soul to drop in, but before it lands and tethers and anchors, clean up the belly of your fears, of your sensitivities, of your feelings of incompleteness, because you've always been complete. You were never disconnected from the divine. Honor your mother and father in the spirit realm. And this is the mother, father, spirit that made you, that dreamt about you, that sang you into the body. You look like her. You sound like him. You're amazing. And so any dream that Spirit's birthed within you to upturn the tables, allow the anger to be channeled to do something better. Upturn the tables with the whips, because silence is agreement. To be silent on a subject that enrages you, particularly when it involves young children, you are equally as guilty. I'm just going to look this up actually, because it's a thing legally. The idea is, if you don't disagree, you automatically agree within the occult. So keeping quiet is the same as giving your permission. And so I want to activate starseeds today in any capacity to speak your truth. Don't worry about being shadow banned. Don't worry about what others think. Don't worry about being called crazy, because if you're not using your voice now to shift and change things, I don't know when you will. Silence is consent. Don't we see this with rape as well? In the three-dimensional courts, The shame cloaked around sexual abuse is intentional, it's witchcraft. It's witchcraft. And so I break those spells as a sovereign being. I break those blood covenants of stealing the blood within me for perpetrators, and I forgive them. I cut spiritual cords. You are no longer tethered to me. You are not welcome in my house. You have stolen my sacred energy, and I'm taking it all back. I'm taking it all back for the divine. For the divine does not share the bedroom of the bride. Individuals have a moral obligation to speak up against evil. And if you're not speaking up, it shows that fear is living in your belly. A lack of response to an action is a tactic approval of the action. It's spell work at its finest. It's a hacking of your consciousness. It's a hacking of the divine that lives within you. It's a hacking of your beautiful temple body. No shame. Your testimonial is powerful. You may well be the voice for 1, for 2, for 3, for 10, for 100, for 1,000 that do not have the courage that you have to speak against the atrocities. Because a perpetrator never stops at 1. Greed has no boundaries. If I get away with some, I will always aim higher. The power struggle with lust. The power struggle with power, actually, to take somebody else's power or sacred energy, to enforce somebody into something that they do not agree to deceive. This is demonic. And so I break those curses in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. I give all gratitude to the Most High for the courage that He's raising up in starseeds. And Mother Wisdom is pouring into the bellies of those that are willing to receive. We will change this earth. We will activate heaven on earth because we've been chosen. We will hold the wealth because God is not going to give a vision without supplies. The windows of heaven are opening up. Receive them. Shout these things from the rooftop. Upturn the tables with your whips. The innocence of the children, they cry out to you. You, O Sacred One, who has alchemized the pain of darkness, and it now has no sting. You've had an epiphany that you were targeted because your power center was so God-filled. And you were forced out of your home for a bit. You disassociated. We do that. We leave our bodies as spirits. I'm calling your spirits back home to the temple. The revelation is that it was always your sacred home, that you need not be ashamed, that these lessons have taught us alchemy. The realization as the veil opens is that we chose to walk through these things as a soul so that we could do the greater things when filled with Christ consciousness. the love and compassion that won't stand for greed anymore. Our boundaries have shifted. We are worthy of love. We are worthy of much. We are worthy of being gifted things beyond our imaginations. We are worthy to rule, actually. And so I'd like to finish up this channel with a thank you for supporting me in any capacity to achieve my dreams of building healing houses for the healers, because they are going to be so busy. I'm excited for us because Spirit is activating many of them to hear these same dragon teachings, seraphim angels pouring in, levels of consciousness beyond our human capacity or what we thought was. We are activating new empowered gifts, supernatural giftings. We are miracle workers. We are shifting as we speak. Mountains collapse, that's systems. Trees get cursed, that's bodies. We are the evergreens. If you would like to work on this particular topic, join my membership. It's $33 a month Australian, so it's really affordable. We meet up Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Australia time. I think that's late afternoon in America and other countries. We are upside down here. I would love to have you. We will be doing a group coaching session. You will have resources. It will be all placed in the membership. You will also have meditations. I'm creating meditations to work on these aspects of sacred self. It's time to upturn the tables. Remember, they were money-changing tables. Money is currency, currents of the sea, energy, your water matrix. And that's why they have birth certificates tethered to the stock market. Once again, an invasion of your sacred body, your ship. Who is in control of your ship today? The pirates or the sacred? If you'd like me to DM you, or please email or reach out, if you would like to join the membership, it's under courses on my website. It's www.ekasanctuary.com. I would love to host you there. If there's any other way that I can help you shift, one-on-one coaching sessions are available. Maybe you'd like to purchase a singing bowl or a set of them. Even better, I love my singing bowls. They've changed me. Spirit showed me in a dream that it would accelerate, activate, because we're working at vibratory states that are higher than matter. When you co-create with sound and light, it's onward and upward. I'm excited for us. Thank you for being here, and I'm very interested and curious to see whether or not this went live on my Instagram as well. God bless you all, sacred souls, for the amazing work that you're doing. And clear your power center today. The sacred wants to live within your sacral. It's in the word. We just missed that little bit. Know that I love you. And take care, and I'll see you really, really soon. Bye.